I was born in 1977, a couple of months before Star Wars released in theaters. So I have no memory of it. I wish I did. My older brothers do. They were 10 years old and 9 years old at the time. And they do remember going to the theater to watch it. And I've asked them, what was it like seeing it in the theater for the very first time? And my oldest brother told me how it was something so magical and so amazing, because you got to remember that at that time, there were no computer effects, not good ones anyway. So watching Star Wars for the very first time was an amazing first time experience, seeing these space battles, seeing the X-Wings, the Death Star, and the Trench Run, and the orchestra. Again, remember that sci-fi movies during the 70s and early 80s, they usually had some sort of synthetic or a synthesizer sound. Nothing was using a full orchestra. So I envy them that they got to see Star Wars in the theater. And then a few years later, Empire Strikes Back comes out. I would have been 3 years old. And again, I don't have memory of that. I was just too young at 3. But I do remember having some toys from The Empire Strikes Back. I had the Millennium Falcon. I had a Tauntaun. And the Tauntaun, you could put the figurine on it, and the legs would go inside it with a little spring trapdoor. And the saddle had these legs kind of built into it to give it the effect that the Tauntaun was carrying, Han Solo or Luke Skywalker. And I had other figures. I remember I had Yoda, again from Empire Strikes Back. I never had an X-Wing or a TIE Fighter. I wish I did. My cousin had those ones. But yeah, I remember a little bit of Empire. When Return of the Jedi came out, I do remember that quite well. I would have been 7 years old, and I remember seeing all the toys in the store and all the promotional material at restaurants. I think Burger King had a set of glasses, and I can't remember if McDonald's had toys, but I do remember all the buzz and hype surrounding that movie. And I remember going to my friend's house after school, and we would play with Star Wars figures. And he had Ewoks, and Jabba's Palace. And I brought my figures. I had Darth Vader and Obi-Wan and Yoda and C-3PO and all the old figures that are probably worth a fortune now, and they're all gone. And I remember watching Return of the Jedi, and the coolest scene for me was the speeder bikes going through the forest. I just loved how that looked, and the speed of it, and the sound of those bikes, and the scout troopers. I thought they looked so cool. Because as a kid, I was also very much into BMX bikes. If you're a kid growing up in the 80s, you wanted or you had a BMX, and I was lucky enough to own a BMX bike. And the Scout Trooper from Star Wars reminded me a lot of a BMX bike helmet. So when I saw those Scout Troopers on screen, zooming through the forest and going after Leia and Luke and Wicket, I just loved it. Like, it was so cool seeing the speed, and especially in the theater. You have this humongous screen, and it feels like you're right there riding on that speeder bike. So that brings me to what I am going to be reviewing today, which is the beautiful Star Wars Return of the Jedi Scout Trooper helmet. This is Hasbro Black Series Edition. I got it off Amazon, and I've been holding on to this for a few weeks now. I can't wait to open this one. So join me as I unbox and review the Scout Trooper from Return of the Jedi. Hello to all my Jedi and Sith companions. I'm your host, The Frugal Jedi, and today I'm going to be unboxing and reviewing this Scout Trooper helmet, which comes from Hasbro. It's part of the Black Series. and I got this off of Amazon.ca. It was on sale, and I believe the sale price was $129.99 Canadian. I'm not going to really put links up. You can find this helmet all over the internet. Different stores will have it. Walmart, I'm sure, maybe Target, Amazon, obviously. So yeah, just go out and find the best price. And they do go on sale on Amazon. So I thought $129.99 Canadian was a good deal, and I snagged it. I've wanted to own one of these for a while, just because, like I said, you know, it's one of those memories as a child where I saw them on the screen and I wanted to be a scout trooper so badly. I wanted to ride my BMX bike wearing one of these helmets, and I never had the chance, and I'm not going to have the chance now because I don't own a BMX bike. I'm getting too old for that, unfortunately. But oh boy, BMX bikes, if you've never ridden a BMX bike, you are missing out. And yeah, I feel sorry for the kids today that didn't get to have a childhood growing up in the 80s, because boy, was it awesome.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Okay, I'm going to point the camera down towards the table. I'm going to cut this open, unbox it, show you what's included. And it has a voice changer. And I'll show you the box quickly here. So the front opens up so you can see out of it. And very nice presentation. And I love the color green. It's one of my favorite colors. And there's the top of it right there. So yeah, looks cool. Okay, I'm going to unbox it and try it on, and I'll let you know what I think about it. It is so shiny and beautiful. So on the back, there is a spot right here. There's 2 screws, one there and one right there. So I'm going to take those off because that is where I'm going to be putting in the batteries. And when I'm done with my helmets and I'm not putting them on for a long time, I'll take the batteries out because I don't want the batteries to leak. So there you go. You can see how that looks as soon as I figure out how to align it up here. Okay, so let's get those batteries in there. Put it back in. So there's the chin strap, and sure enough, that's the piece that I'm going to put on the back here. And you can see the cutout, which is going to line up with this little piece. I can't figure out where my finger is. There's a piece sticking out right there. So I'm going to put that in like so and pop it in. Very nice. And there's also this piece, which I'm not sure what this is. Looks like a liner for inside. Yep. Yeah. So, see how well the camera can pick it up. Oh, pretty good. So if you can see, there's 3 round Velcro spots inside the helmet, and I'll try to point to one. right in there, there's one of them. And that's just for the top of your head. So this is probably optional, but I'll put it in anyway. You know, it's probably going to make it more comfortable. Okay. There we go. And you see that is now done. And then the chin strap. So the chin strap is going to go like that. Okay, so that's the front of it. And there's snaps inside. If I can get it on. See the snap right there? I'll put that one in as well. Okay, now to turn it on, I don't know how to turn it on. Where to turn this thing on? Unless I was supposed to turn it on inside there. I don't know. I'll find out. I'll be right back. I would never have found it. It's a tiny, tiny little button underneath. And you'll hear that, it makes that click sound. Check. Hello? And now it does the voice changer. Okay, I'm going to try this thing on. Well, I definitely need to adjust the chin, but for now, yeah, okay, well, I'll adjust that. The voice changer sounds really cool. And when I finish speaking, it makes that sound like when you turn off a walkie-talkie. And it's really comfortable. Now you have your blinders going around the side, so you're focused, looking straight ahead. And I like the fact, I'm going to turn this off. I like the fact that you can open this up because it does get warm in there. The lenses fog up a little bit. But this is a beautiful piece. And I'm still, let's see if I can figure out how to get it off my head. So what do I think of the Scout Trooper helmet from Hasbro, the Black Series? Well, I'm in love with it. I think this is my favorite one out of all the helmets I own. I love the polished white look of it, the details on the front of it there, as well as the detail inside the helmet as well. You can kind of see that there. I love the fact that the front opens up, as it should. The voice changer works well, and I feel that's all they really need for a Scout Trooper helmet is the voice changer. Chin strap is rubber, it's flexible, it's adjustable. All in all, this is a work of art, and I have to make room for it. I don't know where I'm going to put it, but I'm going to be putting it somewhere after I'm done wearing it for a little while. That'll do it for this unboxing and review. If you enjoyed it, please don't forget to give this video a like. Subscribe to my channel to see more content like this, more helmets, more lightsabers and tutorials and toys and building block sets. And lastly, tap on that bell so you're notified anytime I upload anything new. Until next time, I have been your host, The Frugal Jedi. Thank you so much for sharing this experience with me, and I hope to see you all very soon. May the Force be with you.